It's your girl, your bad B, your not so local YouTuber, and your oversized t-shirt connoisseur, back for episode 2. We're currently here at Starbucks. I'm drinking my little coffee with a sugar-free syrup. It's my go-to. Just want to say quick that thank you so much for all the response on the first episode. It was amazing. It was way beyond what I ever believed. And, you know, all the comments, all the likes, all the shares, it's just been, you guys just did the most. Let's say that. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And yeah, so we're here today. We're going to be filming the second episode. We're doing a quick Q&A, and then we're going to head to the gym to work on some delts. Because you know your girl loves some big, bold delts. So let's go. So, gotta get my coffee prepared. This is my sugar-free syrup. Because, yo, these questions, y'all looking for some tea. Let me just say that. Y'all looking for some tea. So let's start off with saying that now we're currently 4 weeks out, yesterday, from the Olympia. And it's been stressful, I'm not gonna lie. Like, this Olympia prep Corona edition, she did not come to play. She did not come to play. So, that being said, I'm flying out to the US next week, which I'm really excited about just to get there. I'm going to be flying out to Destination Dallas. I'm going to be hanging out with the GASP team, the Better Bodies team, and just focusing 100% on prep, on myself, getting in the shape and getting real nasty with the conditioning, because that all comes in with the next weeks. I've been in shape for a long time, but it's time to step it up a notch. So, I'm ready now with my coffee, and let's bring up the questions. So I have them here on my phone. I asked you guys, and there were some different questions regarding different things. So I kind of gathered them up just to try to cover as much as possible. So let's go. So I got a lot of questions on how I coach myself, pros and cons of coaching yourself, how I do it mentally, mindset wise. Now for me, I've done this for a very long time. So you need to remember, I started training 8 years ago. So it's been a learning curve. It's been a process of just getting to know my body. And living in Sweden, I just not really felt that there's a coach that I really thought could do anything for me that I couldn't do for myself. And I truly just enjoy the sport in general. So I really like learning, and I just like use myself as an example to, basically to gain knowledge. So that's what I've done. Pros and cons of coaching myself, I'd say pros being that I truly believe that there's really nobody that knows your body better than you do yourself. Unless you've had a coach that you've been with for a very long time that really knows everything about you, how your body works to the T, then coaching yourself is a great option. Now, the con of that, I guess it takes a special person to be able to do it. It can be taxing mentally at sometimes, because if you don't know what to do and you're like, if you get stuck and stuff like that, you don't have anybody but yourself. So you need to be able to really be resilient to push through those times and really trust in your knowledge. So I wouldn't recommend doing it unless you're very experienced with everything from diet to training to supplements. So that's basically it for that part. But I really enjoy coaching myself. So I'm going to be continuing to do that, and I'm really not scared to do it for the Olympia. I just feel like I've done it for a very long time and it's worked thus far, so might as well just go for it, right? When it comes to the mental health aspect of it, it's obviously a big part of the sport. It's very taxing mentally, physically, mentally, in all types of ways. I truly believe that regardless if you have a coach or not, it's very important that you have the right people by your side, and you're not afraid to ask for help or to reach out if you are feeling like you need support. Let people know how you feel, and just surround yourself with people that bring positive energy, that are doing things with their life, and that just shut the negativity out, because like that bullshit kills you. Like if you're a person with a lot of ambition, like you need to have good people by your side that support you and like believe in you as much as you believe in yourself, because you know, you don't want to have people around you trying to, you know, downplay your ambitions and stuff like that. I had that at the beginning, and like it was like Bob Felicia, Babish, like they were gone. So my approach to training and food, well, basically, like, food is pretty simple. I just keep it really clean. I know the foods that work for me. So when it comes to the foods, I'd say it all depends on like your body and stuff. For me, I typically don't do well with like oats, but for someone else, like oats would probably be, you know, a really good option. They're high in fibers, like they're obviously a great source of carbs, but for me, it just doesn't work. So everything is very individual based. Oh, damn, he was honking that horn. But it's just very individual based. So it's all about experimenting and learning. If you have a coach, be very open. If something doesn't work, just tell them straight away as soon as you can. Like, yo, like my stomach isn't digesting this well. Like, it doesn't sit well with me. I don't like this or whatever. And at the same time, you still have to be open to the coach's aspect of it. But like the food, if something doesn't, if it bloats you up and stuff, like don't do it regardless of what it is. Training, I mean, I've been experimenting with training and what my body responds to the best. But I'd say staying strong and then, you know, just getting the blood into the muscle, really putting your effort in. I think there's a lot of focus when it comes to training on like exercise selection and stuff like that, and not as much focus into the actual work that's being put in, like how hard you actually work. Like, I don't give a shit if you're doing Bulgarian split squats or regular, you know, lunges. It's more about like, how's the intensity? How much work do you put in? That's what I typically look at more than anything. So I would say focus more on that than exercise selection. Obviously, exercise selection is also a big deal, a big part of it, because you don't want to be doing exercises that, you know, take up more energy than they actually give you results. But that's different for everybody, depending on like anatomy and stuff like that too. So just find whatever works for you, and don't listen to people. I mean, for somebody, they might be saying like, oh, this exercise is great, whatever, and then you do it and you feel like, nah, my body doesn't, like, I cannot get the right muscle to mind connection or whatever, then don't do it. Just try it out, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I don't care who says what. When it comes to cravings, I got a lot of questions. So what's your biggest craving? I don't really crave anything on prep like that. When I want something, I want it so bad that I really don't care what I eat. I really don't care. Like, you can put me on air and fucking pebbles, I don't give a shit, because I just want it that bad. And I think you have to be a bit crazy to be able to get far in this industry, and I'm fucking crazy. So there you go. So what's my favorite cheat meal? I don't really have cheat meals. I have refeeds. Cheat meals are more like for the mind, I'd say. Refeeds are more for the body, what you actually need. So for somebody, like, if you're a big bodybuilder and you're like obviously in great shape and stuff, and you just need, and you really need to refeed like big because you're a big dude, you could probably have a cheat meal. You could probably have burgers and stuff like that. I've had a cheat meal or two, but I wouldn't call them cheat meals because they do have a place in my diet where I need them. So I'm not eating it because like my mind wants to, or because, you know, because I'm craving a burger or whatever. I eat them because I'm really fucking depleted. So I just call them refeeds because they have a place in my diet, as I said. Then we talk about carb and depletion before stage. How do I do it? So when it comes to the stage stuff and doing that on my own, it differs a lot from like show to show how my body responds. Like, you cannot put up a plan and go like, this is what we're gonna do beforehand. Like, you have to check in. I check in with myself, but you have to check in with your coach every single day, see how your body responds, meal by meal, and then you work from there. Because if you have a plan, like you don't know how you're gonna be looking. Like you can respond to different things in different ways from show to show that can differ within weeks of doing multiple shows. So I don't really have a set plan. I just know options that I have that would maybe work well for me, or possibly work well for me, or have before in different shows. And then I just look at my body when the week starts, peak week starts, and I just figure shit out from there, right? So that's what I do. I got a lot of questions asking about supplements, what I do for supplements. So I'm big on supplements. When it comes to supplements, I'm very big on like cortisol lowering supplements, keeping myself calm. It's a very big deal for me, as I typically put on water if I stress out. And it doesn't have to do with like feeling bad, stressed out even. It's just like I have a really busy schedule. Like I'm out here doing YouTube, I'm doing photo shoots, I'm running around, and I'm 4 weeks out. So I typically have supplements that would help me out with, you know, internal stress and stuff like that, just to keep my body calm, even though my mind isn't. And then obviously I'm big on like pre-workouts and stuff like that. I love that shit. So I'm gonna be showing you later what I do for that. So there we go. Let's see what we got here. Let me take a sip. Here we go. That's good. So I got a questions about GASP. Now, I'm gonna be on the GASP tour in, obviously not Olympia, moved to Orlando, believe it or not. So Olympia is not gonna be in Vegas anymore. It's gonna be in Orlando, in Florida. So that being said, I'm gonna be out doing the GASP Iron World Tour between the 15th and the 22nd out in Orlando with a lot of different amazing athletes. It's gonna be so cool. We're gonna be doing a shit ton of stuff together. It's gonna be wild. I got a lot of questions regarding my sizing in their clothing, what I do. And it depends, like I typically opt for like a medium if I want it to be a bit tighter. But I do have extra large tees too, because you know your girl likes the oversized tees. So I definitely have t-shirts that go like below my knees, because that's just what I like. But I mean, if you're a small girl, go for the smallest option. I love seeing girls in GASP clothes. Like, if you rock that shit, tag me in it, because I want to see it, because I love that stuff. I've been wearing GASP for years. Even before I was on the team, I was wearing GASP. So that's what I typically do for sizing and clothes. I really like them oversized, so that's just me. Now I got tons of questions on coaching. Do you online coach? Do you posing coach? Blah, blah, blah. I was like, hello, yes. So I've been coaching ever since 2015. I got my license back in 2014. So I was a licensed personal trainer. I've been doing posing coaching, whatever you want to call it, since 2016. I do it for all divisions, female divisions. I've done it for male divisions as well. I'm a big bodybuilder fan, so I do that as well. Since I used to be the junior bikini champ, I do a lot of bikini posing. And obviously now that I'm an IFBB pro figure, I do a lot of figure as well. So if you guys are interested in online coaching, if you're interested in posing, hit me up, we'll sort you out. Now, I got some questions on advice for beginner competitors. Now that's a big question. Advice is finding a coach that you connect with, that you have chemistry with, that has a good track record. Because you don't want to be working with someone that's never gotten either themselves in shape or someone else in shape. That's just my opinion. So I think, you know, rather than being focused on the actual price of the coach, be focused on the quality of the coach. Because like, if you want to do well, you really want to do well in your show, it's gonna be worth the money. So like, if you're broke as fuck, don't do it. Like, don't compete, because you're gonna get fucked over real bad. So pick a quality coach, and just listen and learn. and practice a lot of posing, train hard, and just stay very open-minded and have a very clear communication with whatever coach you choose to work with. That would be my advice. Now I got some picking out suit colors. With suit colors fit blondes best. Depends on skin tone and stuff like that. I typically opt for red. It's my favorite color. I've done blues and stuff too. But I would say like check out the pros and find someone that looks similar to you in color tone and hair tone and stuff, and just see how the color looks on them. That's probably how it's gonna look on you. So you decide on that. That's totally personal. Now we got some juicy questions. I'm gonna be spilling a little bit of tea. I'm not gonna be spilling too much, so sit yourself down. But I'm gonna be spilling a little bit. So I got a lot of questions on like relationship stuff, right? You guys want to know everything about that, you guys. So I got the question, first of all, if I want a family. Do you want let me see here. Yeah, do you want a family in the future? I absolutely do. I'd love to have like 3 kids. Like me, we are 3 siblings in my family. They mean a lot to me, so I definitely want to give my kids that as well in the future. When that happens, I kind of feel like I need to be finished with my career as far as competing goes. I really want to feel like I got the placings I wanted. I want to be in the spot in life I want to. I want to have, you know, the kind of money I want and stuff like that before I bring any children into this world. So, but I definitely do, absolutely. I love kids. So, and then, am I in a relationship currently? Am I seeing somebody? I mean, you guys are gonna find out in due time, so I might as well just say, yes, I am. And are relationships hard while prepping? I mean, both yes and no. It depends on the relationship you have. Like, if you have bad communication, if you are not on the same level, if you have a partner that doesn't understand your lifestyle and the priorities you need to make for yourself and the show and everything, it's going to be very, very difficult, because you're going to be running low on energy. You're not going to want to do shit. Like, the bedroom's going to be dead sometimes if you have that kind of relationship. So obviously for some people it does take a toll, but I would say, like, as long as there is some understanding to what you do and the fact you're an athlete, especially if you're a pro, there needs to be, you know, great communication and like letting your partner know, like, this is how I'm feeling. Like, I feel like I'm dying internally today. Can you please just do this for me? Or like, I just need a moment by myself or whatever. I feel that as long as you guys are talking and stuff like that, and, you know, not getting into some petty fucking arguments and just, you know, stuff like that, then it should be fine. But I mean, depends on the person, depends on the people in the relationship. I know for a fact that there's some people that just cannot do it at all. So you'll have to resonate with yourself on that, I guess. So yeah, that was basically the Q&A for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Now I'm going to be packing my stuff up. I'm going to be eating my pre-workout, and we're going to hit the gym for some juicy delts. So I hope you're down for that. I'm going to be showing you how I train my delts. And that's actually an episode I've been asked to do quite a lot. So it's going to be exciting. We're at the gym. Today is my accessory delt day, which is basically a delt day without the push. I have 1 session of delts per week that include the pushes. I do really heavy push movements for the delts, but today I'm doing my accessory day, as I said, and that's more focused on isolating the delts, targeting especially the rear and the medial delt. So that's what we're doing today. I'm gonna be doing a bit of biceps as well. I don't really train that much biceps. A lot of people be asking me like, how the fuck you get so big arms? Sorry to tell you, can't say shit. They just there. So now we're gonna be doing that, and let's get it. So with the belt, I posted a picture of my before and after of my waist and what I do for my waist, how I got it to be so much smaller from last year. A big part of it is restricting the movement and how much I can contract my obliques. So I wear a belt regardless of what session I have, regardless of what exercise I'm doing. I just have my belt and I squeeze it really tight so I can't really be contracting my obliques. Helps a lot. So they just, because obviously like any other muscle, they're a muscle and they grow. If you contract them, they grow. So I really just want to restrict that. So we're gonna be putting this on. Then I'm gonna be doing some warm-ups because I really want to get the blood in there because I don't want to be fucking up my delts and shit. I'm young, so can't afford to do that. So that's what we're gonna do with some light weights. So as you can see, that's really tight. I cannot contract them for shit. That's exactly what you want. If you have a belt and you're still able to contract your stomach muscles, there's really no point in doing it in a sense of getting your waist smaller. So. See a new set, a new pair of holes I have never been in before. This is the magic of trimming down your waist. There's a lot of people's gonna say their waist trainers, belts and all that shit don't work. That's how watch me. We're starting off with rear delts, mainly because it's just a habit from back in the days when I used to have no rear delts. So that's this portion of the delt. A lot of people neglect it, and it's just, when you have that really full rear delt, it makes them look really like a round and 3D kind of shape. So if you start off with them and just pre-exhaust them, and you go on to doing presses, they're gonna engage a lot more. So for most people, they tend to have a lot smaller rear delts than front delts. That's just how it works. So I recommend most of my clients start off with this exercise or any exercise that they feel engaged the rear delts the most. So I really love doing this with a rope, but you can do it also with another tool as well. Doesn't really matter as long as it works for you.
Olympia. Jag bara såg det bara. Så bara.
Tack så mycket. Jag stod här. I was here vibing on my own, dancing away to make the stallion. Come here. Come here. This girl's so sweet. She came to say hi.
Det var svettas ner det.
I really appreciate anyone who's saying anything. Makes my day. So. Tack. When it comes to delts, the dime size conditioner principle never works. For me, and for I think the majority of people, it's a lot about getting blood into the muscle, getting that pump, and just really taking them out. I noticed once I started combining heavy fucking presses with a lot of side laterals, especially in the cable machine, because it pushes a force and it contracts the muscle the entire time because it's constantly pulling you back. When you have a dumbbell, it's basically that, you know, it's hard all the way here, top contraction, and then once you get about here, this part with a dumbbell, you can just swing it. There's literally no pressure, no force being pushed on lateral delts. So when you're in this machine, when you're in your cable doing laterals, it's just constant tension on the delts all the time, which is a lot harder for a lot of people and just really pushes that blood into the muscles. So I really prefer to do my warm-ups with dumbbells because I can just swing them, get some quick pumps. When it comes to actual work, I'd rather do them in a cable machine because of that reason. I do a lot of cable machine work when it comes to delts, but especially for the laterals, just rep them the F out. Thanks, bro. So this exercise is one of my favorite for front delts. I just like the fact, once again, we're talking about tension being placed on the muscle the entire movement. So when I do delts, besides the point that I'm mostly in the cable machine, I really think about coming from different angles. I want to work all the time in the direction that the fiber goes. So if you're walking, when we did the delts, the lateral delts, the fibers go this point direction. So that's the same direction you want to move in. Now, when it comes to this exercise, you're lying on the ground, and because of the fact that there's tension even in here, even in this position, the start position, there's a constant tension on the interior part of the delt. It's really hard. Like you're gonna go into this exercise. I know you're gonna go into this exercise, and you're gonna be thinking like, well, I can move a fuck ton of weight on this exercise because it looks so easy. But once you start, it's really hard because you're not really that strong from that point, like in that position. So I did a workout with my bro the other day, and he was like, "Yeah, that's cool." And he was stacking on the weights. He couldn't even do half as much as I could. So don't be too cocky, ladies and gents. Yep. Out, laying here, imagining being on vacation. The gym spotlights are as close as I get at this moment, but gotta do what you have, right? Not bad for a fit girl, I must say.
Den här var ju för mitt.
That was my accessory day. Now we have Stairmaster as per usual, and we're 4 weeks off from the O. My very first Olympia. I'm so tired, but I'm so excited to be out there, and so blessed and thankful that there is an Olympia at all with the pandemic that we're in. So best believe I'm gonna kill these last 4 weeks. And I hope you guys are going to be a part of the journey.